Welcome, my name is Kim and I'm back with a pick a card reading. This is going to be for your March love reading. It's going to be an energy checkup in terms of your love relationship. Whether you are broken up with the one that you love, you're separated, or you are in a relationship and experiencing some problems, or you are dating somebody new, whatever the situation is, this is just going to be your love reading for the month of March. I'm doing a pick a card instead of the astrology readings that you find here on YouTube, just because I feel like, it works just as well. And also because I'm not very knowledgeable in astrology yet, although I am trying to know a little bit more about it. It's definitely interesting. So I have 3 stacks of cards, 1, 2, and 3, and you can just pick which stack of cards resonates with you the most. What I like to say also is you can put your hands above each stack and see which one feels right for you. But yeah, if you hear some noise, that's because I'm doing laundry, so I apologize if that is bothersome. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started after I drink my tea. Hold on one second. Okay. For those who pick the first stack of cards, I'm not going to be reading reversals, by the way. The cards that you have are the 8 of Cups, and this is when the man is walking away from the cups that he has, perhaps in search of something better, or just giving up on these cups, perhaps leaving them for somebody else to find. Then you have the 4 of Wands, which is one of my favorite cards. Here, the couple is getting married and there's a celebration, and there's a sense of happiness and a foundation beginning. So that's interesting that you have that next to each other. And then you have the Tower. Wow. That's incredible. This card is about like a sudden change. I mean, yes, the card does look a little negative because people are falling off the tower and the lightning strikes and everything goes to flames. But it's just about a sudden change. It's about a sudden change and just kind of that quick event that changes everything. And I love seeing the Tower in a reading. It's actually one of my favorite cards. Despite what it appears to be in the image, the energy is something that I personally like, just because I like change. So I don't know how you feel about it, but for me, this is a good reading in terms of your love life. Then you have manifestation. That's so amazing. And teaching and learning. Interesting. So I just got something real quick, is that this person is walking away in order to teach and to learn. So I don't know your situation, whether you are single, taken, or looking for somebody, what have you, separated from your twin flame or soulmate. But there's this necessary to perhaps let go of that thing in search of deeper meaning of life and helping others and being a service of others. So maybe you've broken up with the person that you love, or they broke up with you and that was kind of the Tower situation for you. This is telling you that is needed for the greater good of all, because there's a need for that person or you, or rather the union, to be in service to other people through this card by teaching and then also learning about themselves. And in that same regard, as they learn about themselves, they can teach even more. And it's just kind of like this circle of teaching and learning. And this is, I think, despite the separation and despite the feelings of temporary loss, there's a hidden victory here, especially because you have manifestation in the Tower. So there's going to be something in March that are in the works for you, something that's going to be leading you to this foundation, which I think you desire. If you're in a love reading, obviously you are because you clicked on the video, then this is probably something that you desire, or you're looking for clarity in terms of the situations that you are experiencing in the romance department. So this reading is, I think, a very positive one. The cards are telling me that if you are indeed going through a breakup, then you just have to kind of stand strong, stay grounded, and know that this is happening for the greater good. And it's not necessarily to say that it's over. The cards aren't telling me if this thing with this person is over. It's just saying that this change or whatever is happening in the relationship had to happen to ultimately come to this. As you know, like, there's ups and downs leading up to this, and then even beyond the marriage, there's going to be ups and downs that need to be dealt with. So you're just going through this period of, like, perhaps a little bit of those downs and experiencing some of those more negative aspects of the relationship. But this is good news because you have manifestation. And that's basically saying that you are manifesting this energy. And even perhaps the Tower, there's going to be some kind of change occurring in March, or at least close to March. And if not occurring in this month, then it's going to start for you. The momentum is building up in March. And I think that there's so much to look forward to for those who picked stack number 1. Yeah, this is a very positive reading. I'm seeing a lot of growth for you in this situation that's in your minds. I'm not sure if it's you are together with somebody or you're not. But if you are with somebody already, I'm sensing that there's going to be some kind of, like, awakening or event that kind of is like a bucket of cold water on both of your faces, and that'll lead to teaching and learning, and perhaps even, like, walking away, not necessarily from the person, but perhaps from feelings, whatever these cups represent. It could be some feelings of the past. There's just suddenly going to be a walking away from that. Perhaps a forgiveness can be occurring. This person is just leaving these cups behind. These cups can contain anything from anger, sadness, disappointment, whatever. And this person is now walking away from that. So it can really be read in various ways depending on your situation. And I hope that I'm giving you an example as to an example that makes sense for your situation in a way that you can actually decipher for yourself what the cards are saying. But for me, for example, I'm single and I'm separated from my twin flame. I know my twin flame's out there. I know who he is, or at least I think it is. I just think that there's going to be a Tower situation. If I were to pick this card, and this is just me trying to give you examples in order to help you understand what the cards mean, in case I'm not giving examples for your specific situation. So in my situation, just an example, in March, there's momentum building because the Tower is here. So perhaps there's something going to occur in that person's life that's going to be like this, bucket of cold water in their face, and helps them understand, and perhaps helps them walk away from whatever they need to walk away from in order to reach this understanding of teaching and learning. Perhaps understanding in the relationship. And in this month of March, if I was reading for myself, then it would be like, there's going to be this momentum that is the momentum and the energy of manifestation, which will eventually lead to this, because this is, like I said, one of my favorite cards. I love that, a couple has decided to spend their lives together and build the foundation together. See, you have 11 and 11 here. And this is a card of foundation. So they're starting to build that foundation with each other as a team. And despite the hardships of perhaps this energy or this energy, it's ultimately leading to a beautiful place. So that's what you can expect for the month of March. Whatever is going on, whatever this Tower energy is, it's necessary for this energy. And this is a beautiful card, teaching and learning, because this means that you are a service to others, but also that you are learning and improving in yourself. So it's like self-growth, but also generosity, selflessness, unconditional love, universal love, and wisdom is what I'm getting from this card. And so this is just for those who pick stack 1, a reminder that everything is going to turn out for the better in March for you, whatever you're going through. So I hope that you got the messages that you needed from that reading. For those who picked stack 2, you have, I will not be reading reversal like I said, Queen of Cups, 6 of Cups, and Judgment. Interesting. Then you have, let's move this here, Music and Forgiveness. Wow. Okay, so I'm sensing that somebody from the past is returning, or somebody from the past is the person in question for some people that are watching this. And I say that because of the 6 of Cups. That 6 of Cups for me is about memories, and it's a nostalgic kind of energy that I personally relate to as well. And with the Queen of Cups here, she's obviously a very in tune yet emotional woman. I like to sometimes look at her as basically the queen of feelings. So she's in her feelings, she's sensitive, but at the same time she has control of that. But sometimes I think she could also be a little bit too emotional. And that's why I'm saying that this person from the past could be bringing up some perhaps uninvited or unfavorable feelings. And this card here especially ties that in together, because forgiveness. This tells me that something in the past that was done to you, or something in the past that has occurred, needs now forgiveness. And you need to just kind of heal yourself. Perhaps music can help with that. You know, music is a very, very powerful healing tool, given that you listen to the right kind of music, of course. But I'm sensing that there's pain in this, the people who picked this card, there's pain regarding somebody, and this month of March you just have to learn how to forgive. And maybe you can listen to some songs about forgiveness, or even classical music, I think will help with that. Instrumentals. I love to listen to like meditation music. I think those are healing as well. It just also facilitates the energy of forgiveness. And also you have Judgment here, so it's almost like, I don't know if you can tell, but the people here are coming out of their coffins and rising up in a sort of ascension or awakening process. There's a feeling of redemption and revelation here, so that's perfect because you have forgiveness as well. So as you forgive, and as the clarity comes and the bad negative feeling subsides in regards to this situation, you suddenly come into this healing energy with the music and the help of the healing sounds, into this feeling of awakening and revelation and relief, just like I am free, I am saved, I'll be okay. You know, my time has come to move on, to move forward, and to rise up. So that's interesting, that you have forgiveness here. So yeah, there's definitely a sense of somebody from the past causing these feelings inside of you, which eventually brought you into this reading. So for your love reading for this March, I think the most important thing to remember is to heal and forgive. And I know that that's not very exciting, but it's something that is necessary in your growth. Somebody in the past is still very much so significant and in your emotional and feeling body, with the Queen of Cups here. But luckily, this month is going to be a month of forgiveness for you, and moving forward from that and truly healing and being redeemed. So that's very beautiful healing energy that I just tapped into. I hope that gave you insight on your situation and relationship. For those who picked stack 3, you have the Knight of Pentacles, which is a very slow moving energy. But honestly, I really love the Knight of Pentacles. So let's see what the rest has to say. Oh, and then you have the Knight of Cups. Interesting. And the Empress. Okay. Getting a few messages already. Wow. This is super cool because I've never gotten this card before. Intuition and surrender. Amazing. And it's also very similar colors. So I actually got that these might represent 2 different people that are going to come into your life. One of them may be a little bit more sensitive and more in tune with their emotions. Perhaps a little bit more soulful, passionate, romantic. But the other one is grounded, very resourceful, reliable, skillful, perhaps handy in the material world. This man is more, or this man or woman is more, in tune with their emotions. And I think it's up to you to decide, especially because you have intuition here. But what I'm getting is that these 2 people that are going to be made available to you, or rather these 2 energies that are coming to you and on their way to you in this month, is ultimately going to bring you into this blossoming and this beautiful, luxurious, abundant, fertile energy of the Empress. She is basically the queen of the Emperor. Like, she's his divine counterpart. So he is, of course, the supreme ruler of the world, and she's sort of like that maternal, motherly, yet nourishing counterpart of him and his structure and foundation. So what I'm getting is like these energies, whatever they may come up as in this month, is ultimately going to bring you to like this flourishing and help you grow, and that's amazing. And it's really up to you to decide, because here you have intuition. With the surrender card, what I'm getting is like maybe you'll experience some sense of fear or like a hesitation in this situation, whatever it may mean for your particular situation. But this is telling me that you just surrender and enjoy yourself, because sometimes it can be taboo to like have 2 different people, and to date 2 different people. But it's just like, this is your time to do that, and that's completely okay if it feels right for you, because you have intuition here. As long as you're being honest and everything like that, I don't think there's a problem. I'm also getting that, someone might be pregnant, and there might be 2 different viable fathers, which is crazy because I've never gotten a message like that before. But if that's you and you're listening, just surrender, have no fear. If you're feeling like guilt or what have you, just forgive yourself and trust your intuition in terms of how to go forward. And I say the thing about the baby is because the Empress can be about at least pregnancy, and it's a card about fertility as well. So this really could be read in various different ways. But for those single, there may be 2 different suitors for you, or 2 different options that will ultimately have you feeling very beautiful and attractive and feminine, or in this case attractive if you're a man. But it's just making you feel like you have the power or at least the capability to be the man or woman that you want to be, and attract the man and woman that you want to attract. In this case, I think this attention in March is going to help you feel confident in yourself. And the intuition card is saying, you know the steps to get to that place. You know where you need to go, who you need to hang out with, the things that you might need to try for the first time, the new places that you might need to try for the first time, and just like surrendering to that desire of this, of wanting this, and letting this come to you, and letting these people help you. And so if you're stuck in the middle, just surrender. I mean, if you're truly stuck in the middle between two people, for those who chose for those who chose the third card for this March love reading, enjoy that moment of like not knowing, and surrender to that uncertainty is what I'm getting. If that doesn't resonate with you, I think it's because the messages here are coming clear for a certain individual, if not a few individuals. So I kind of actually want to get a clarifier to see what else would happen. To see like the messages that could further, and something just popped out so fast. But yeah, I had one card, and it is the Wheel of Fortune. Exactly, right? So there's this feeling of like, this energy is like movement, and it's going to bring you towards the higher part of the wheel. So in the lower parts, you can assume that things are very slow and you're not as happy and you kind of want change, but then now you're sort of moving upwards in March in terms of the love situation and your romance. And the area of romance in your life, you're like moving upwards, and like things are starting to look up for you in March. So that's amazing. Enjoy that. Enjoy the attention. Enjoy the feelings of attractiveness. That's, I think, necessary for life. Feeling beautiful is not a crime, and feeling attractive is not a crime. And sometimes I think people can put a taboo on that, but there's no reason why that's a taboo, as long as you are secure in yourself and you know that you're a good person. You can enjoy two people and surrender to that and not feel guilty about it, if that's what you feel is right for you in that moment, and only you can know in your particular situation. So yeah, I hope that gave you insight. I know it was kind of a very specific message for those who picked stack 3, but perhaps you might want to pick another stack if that didn't resonate with you. So thank you again for tuning in and watching this pick a card reading. I really appreciate that, and I really do appreciate your comments, likes, and subscribes. And yeah, let's see what I'll be doing for the next reading. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm so happy that I can give you guys the messages that you need to hear